Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the walk. Today is Friday, April 11th, and we are up to Ezekiel 42. We're moving right along, and we are up to the temple's chambers, where those are going to be described and broken down. So verse 1 says that he led me to the outer court toward the north, and he brought me to the chambers that were opposite the separate yard and opposite the building on the north. The length of the building, whose door faced north, was 100 cubits, and the breadth 50 cubits. Facing the 20 cubits that belonged to the inner court, and facing the pavement that belonged to the outer court, was gallery against gallery in 3 stories. And before the chambers was a passage inward, 10 cubits wide and 100 cubits long, and their doors were on the north. Now the upper chambers were narrower, for the galleries took more away from them than from the lower and middle chambers of the building. For they were in 3 stories, and they had no pillars like the pillars of the courts. Thus the upper chambers were set back from the ground more than the lower and the middle ones. And there was a wall outside the parallel of to the chambers toward the outer court, opposite the chambers, 50 cubits long. For the chamber in the outer court were 50 cubits long, while those opposite the nave were 100 cubits long. Below those chambers was an entrance on the east side, as one enters them from the outer court. In the thickness of the wall of the court, on the south also, opposite the yard and opposite the building, there were chambers with a passage in front of them. They were similar to the chambers on the north, of the same length and breadth, with the same exits and arrangements and doors. As were the entrances of the chambers on the south. There was an entrance at the beginning of the passage before the corresponding wall on the east as one enters them. Okay, why is God going into so much detail? Because God wants to make it very clear that things are planned out. He's not doing things kind of willy-nilly. He's not doing things loosey-goosey. His sovereignty is carrying through in this message. Keep in mind, this is that millennial temple that's being described when Christ comes and reigns. This is a temple that has never existed before, and even the plans that Israel has to build a temple now don't match the requirements and the specifications that were shown to Ezekiel. They call it Ezekiel's temple just because it was shown to Ezekiel. But the bottom line is that God is giving us this prophecy and saying, this is what it's gonna look like. And it's gonna point to the fact that I knew exactly what I was doing all the way back when I showed it to Ezekiel. This was completely planned out. And here it is, thousands and thousands of years later, that this temple is going to be built. Now, having said that, we've got to remember, God is the creator, not just of the universe, but of time itself. So God is outside of time. We don't know when this temple is going to be built, but we do know it will be built because he gave us this promise. Today is Friday, so I'm going to remind you there's no video tomorrow or Sunday, but I'll be back with you on Monday. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.